So in this video we're going to be checking out the BetaFPV Beta65 Pro2. So this is similar to the 75 Pro2 that I reviewed about a week ago. This is the smaller version, of 65mm version. Obviously the 75 is 75mm, a little bit bigger. 31mm props on this version and 40mm props on the other one. Motors are different. These are, what are these, 0802s, 17,500 kV. These are the same ones on the 65X here that I reviewed a few months back. Exact same motors. You can see very similar props, canopy. This one's broken. What they've done here is they've done the same thing with the 75X. Is they've basically shrunken everything onto a single board instead of having multiple boards in the X series, and then you just get a big weight reduction from that. Of course, the same things apply here as well. Different camera and different VTX, because it's only 25 milliwatts in this one, not 25 and 200 milliwatts switchable as it is on the 65 or the X series. And basically reduction of weight, you lose those couple of those features here. Same camera that's on the 75 Pro2 as well, kind of a narrow field of view, and yeah, I don't really like that camera too much. But let me just show you the weight difference here. It's pretty significant. This is the 65X, and I think it was like around, yeah, it's 29 grams. So yeah, it's got the same frame as well, so it's got the dual batteries on the bottom, and this one comes in at 24.5 grams, so it's a 5.5 gram reduction in weight. So the 65X was pretty fast and very acrobatic, as you saw in that review video. Same applies here. I think that the limiting factor is going to be the batteries. So I think it was this one came with the 250s or 260 milliamp hour batteries, and this one is the 300 milliamp hour batteries. But honestly, the BetaFPV batteries aren't that great. So I'm trying to do power loops and stuff like that with this again, but it just has so much voltage sag that it just falls too fast to do any kind of recovery. So if you have access to better batteries, I've heard that the G&B 300 milliamp hours are better. I have no way of verifying that because I don't have those. But I think you're going to get better performance, because these 0802 17,500 kV motors on 2S, they really suck the power very quickly. So I was getting about the same amount of flight time as well. I think really the motors are about the same. So I think it's about 2 minutes on this one, and also about a little over 2 minutes on this one as well, even though it's lighter. You just get a little bit, this feels lighter in the air, it just feels more responsive. This one is also fast, it's just because it's a little bit heavier. You do notice that the 5.5 grams does make a difference. Now, like with the 75 Pro2, you do come with an additional mount for the camera, so you can pop that off and then put the 25-degree mount in here instead of the 35-degree. See, there's a pretty steep camera angle in this one. So you can swap that out if you want to fly indoors. Yeah, this thing's just too fast to fly indoors, especially in my small space. I think if you had a bigger house, it'd probably be okay, but yeah, I gave it a try, and it's just too fast on 2S. You might be able to fly it on 1S. It does come with a jumper, but you have to just stick in one battery. I didn't try that, but yeah, I think that if you're going to go with something that's 1S, you might as well I think stick with something like the Snapper 6, something like that, that's built for 1S. I think with the one battery on one side, it would be kind of unbalanced. It would be kind of leaning over. You'd probably get more stress on one side versus the other for the motors. But yeah, this is really meant for, I think, small parks. Pretty fast, as you can see. I flew to a bunch of places outside. But yeah, I think for me, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to probably do a little mod on this one. I think I'm going to get unsolder the video transmitter and camera. Or maybe, yeah, probably just do that, and then put on maybe the Mobula 6 or Mobula 7 canopy on here, so I get an adjustable camera angle, maybe a different camera, and then try and fly it indoors in that setup. Because this narrow field of view camera is also another reason why I don't like flying this indoors. Is I just can't see where I'm going with this camera, especially in a smaller space. Outside it's okay, but in a smaller space it's a little bit tougher for me. I know some people it's like the opposite. If they actually prefer the narrow field of view, I actually prefer the wider field of view. So that's another thing. Another reason why I just didn't want to fly it indoors. And you see how broke the canopy already. I think hopefully they'll be replacing these canopies because they will break on pretty much any impact, anything hard. I think I ran into a bush or something, and that broke this, not even concrete or something like that. So, yeah, these are pretty brittle, and I think they are actually designing a new canopy and replacing them, but they're actually not out yet. So, yeah, other than that, not much to say about it. I'm going to show you some more flight footage of this. Pretty fast and very very power hungry, as you'll see, so very short flight times, but it's fun. Yeah, so I'll show you some flight footage. You guys let me know what you guys think, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.